Alright. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everybody. Let me introduce myself. My name is Raditya Ferdi Riyanto. You can call me Raditya. And I'm here to do my midterm task from Mrs. Yan Ramasandoso. There is reviewing an article. My article topic is Big Book, attractive media for teaching vocabulary to lower class of young learners by Mrs. Dian Novita. Alright, next. About this article. Actually, there is an abstract from this article. Alright, why is Big Book? Big Book is one of the media that can potentially entertain students as well as transport the language. So, Big Book is one of the media, and the media is, and actually there are three media can get entertain students. There is visual, audio, and video. However, the writer using Big Book, there is a visual media. And then what a purpose of this article? The aim of the study is to find out whether there is significant impact students' vocabulary achievement in the first grade at primary school before and after being taught by using Big Book. And the researchers use quantitative method with quasi-experimental design at here. So we will talking about the priority and then the test, the table, and the other. And the keywords in this article is Big Book, teaching vocabulary, and young learners. Alright, next. Based on Renandia and Richards in 2002, vocabulary is the basis for how well learners in foreign language skills such as listening, writing, reading, and speaking. Alright, if you want to master this foreign language skill, you must to be familiar with vocabulary. However, to be familiar with vocabulary is so difficult, especially for ours uh, people from a country which English is the second language, as a second language. Uh, However, learners can success in their ability in their academic and social with learn various of new words in a new language by Yanabita. That is mean that we should learn another language such as English uh, to learning another that we doesn't know in this world. And learning an English is so important for us to open our eyes to see the world. And then there are three classroom vocabulary assessment. The first is vocabulary knowledge scale or PKS. And the second is vocabulary recognition task or PRT. And the last is vocabulary assessment magazine or PEM. However, in this study, we will focus on the second vocabulary assessment, that is vocabulary recognition task or PRT. And in addition, there are four assessments. There is vocabulary knowledge oral reading assessment, cross test, math test, and vocabulary flashcards. However, in the study, we also use the math test. We will focus on the math test here. And then, teaching vocabulary to young learners will be more effectively if it has relation with their environment. Alright, I think that I agree with this statement because when I was child, I felt difficult because my family doesn't have a knowledge from English. Then I think that using suitable model and strategies to get students' attention, it will be the good ways to hook students to more attractive in learning process. And then, based on Cameroon in 2001, young learners aged between 5 until 12 years old. It means that students are categorized young learners between first grade to or third grade on the primary school. Teachers or educators of young learners can give something which can take their interest and concentration, such as fun activities or interesting media. All right. I think that young learner is so different with an adult. Young learners is easily to get bored, and then young learners they will learning something in their own. They will difficult to learning something from just an explanation. So I think the media is one of something that young learner especially needed. Next, then uh, what are media to attract the learners? We can say that the media is one of something that can deliver the information between source and receiver. Uh, all right, the writer choose a big book as the media. Why? Yeah, why? Because like I'm saying before, big book is one of the media categories. There is visual media. All right, big book is one of athletic interesting media that can use teachers or educators of young learners. Because big book is a book which contains big pictures, words or sentences and colorful, so that students, especially young learners, not easily get bored, and they will attractive to more focus in the learning process. All right, based on O'Connor et al. In 2006, the good big book must have six characteristics. And the first one, big book is short stories. Yeah, because if we giving long stories, they will get bored. I agree. I admit it. And then second, it contains a rhyme pattern. The third, big book has big pictures. Yeah, I think that it will make something hook to students to more attractive. And the fourth, big book must have repetitive phrases and familiar vocabulary from your learners. Because young learners is actually a beginner for learners. And the fifth, it's simple but interesting. Yeah, I think so. And the last big book contains about humor elements because to attract the students, we need something that fun and anything that yeah fun like this. Right next. Okay, we are talking about methods right now. Alright. This research was conducted in the first grade students at SDN Topology 1 Waru Sidoarjo in academic year 2017 2000 to 2018. It started from January 8 in 2018. Yeah, in this research, there's two classes as an experiment. The first class is 1B class, which the students in 1B class is giving a big book as a treatment. The research is giving a big book as a treatment in teaching and learning process for experimental class. And the second class is 1A class, which didn't giving a big book as a control class. Oh, every class consists of 35 students. And then we got the limitation of this research of this study. The limitation of this research is the first grade student of S10 Tabelagi Wanwaru Sidoarjo. So the writer, the researcher, don't make a study, don't make a study for second grade or third grade or higher grade others. And then next, in this research, the researcher used content validity. As before, the researcher prepared 40 questions, and then the researcher used the product moment correlation formula based on by Sugiono in 2015. The formula is as follows. You can see it here. And then, after all, after 40 items question analyzed that worded 9 valid and invalid questions, from the result, the researchers only chosen 20 questions for pre-test and post-test. And next, the research used internal consistency technique. By Sugiono in 2017, the instrument tests in only one time. By the Spearman-Brown formula is as follows, like this. You can see like in the PPT. And then there are criteria of coefficient correlation, just like this, which is 0.80 to 1.000 is a very high level, and it can be confirmed that the valid instrument was reliable. All right, next. The instrument used in this research was a test. All right, I think that there is instrument is hard from this research, from this study, and the score and the scoring, the score was 1 for the right answer, but 0 for the wrong answer. You can see the formula like this, and then there's also there's table of criteria student score at here. All right, next. In this research, the researcher used pre-test and post-test to conduct the data collection. The researchers calculate the result of pre-test and post-test with t-test formula based on Sugiono in 2015 theory. You can see this formula like this. All right. In this session, there are two hypotheses in this research. There is between there's no significant or there is significant effect of using people. If you curious about the formula, you can see this PPT. The formula for the hypothesis statistic is as follows. Like all right, next. The researcher used vocabulary recognition task or VRT to calculate the student's vocabulary achievement. And then the formula, you can see this PPT. Based on math test, the result of students' vocabulary test, the researcher classified them into 3 categories with the scoring criteria in this test like this, which is independent, is 50% or more correct, and then instructional, 30 to 49% correct, and the first session, 0 to 32% correct. Yeah, I think first session is the best for. All right, we got the findings and discussion. All right, there's a method, also the findings and discussion. After doing several tests, the result of the pretest was given on January 8, 2018, which is 1B class was 73.83, and then A1 class is 77.34. However, the result of post-test score that was given on January 29 in 2018 is 1B class was 89.88 and A1 class was 82.58. There is also greatly significant of improvement of development from 1B class. And then the researcher analyzed them by using t-tests. Why? Because to find out whether there is significant effect between students' vocabulary achievement before and after being taught using Big Book. Okay, we got the means result of experiment chart like this. You can see in the PPT there's a means result of experimental and then the deviation of experimental class and then the result of t-test was 2,840 and the degree freedom was 68 based on the significance was 5% or 0.05. And then after we got data from the several tests, it can be concluded that t-test is higher than t-table. So there is a significant effect of using Big Book in vocabulary achievement of first grade and SDN capabilities. One Waru Sidoarjo. Uh, all right. I think that study is we can call a success story to finding significant development from students, especially young learners, who learn using a media which is Big Book. And then the finding of this research showed that Big Book is an effective media in students' vocabulary achievement. And the last part is the conclusion. We got a lot of conclusion of this research. In the first, the researcher conclude that there is significant effect of using the book in vocabulary achievement of first grade at SDN Papalaki 1 Waru Sidoarjo. Alright, based on several tests, we know that significant effect from 1B class than 1A class in this section. So I think that Big Book can put students, especially young learners, to more attractive in the learning process, so that the learners can get a significant effect by using Big Book, especially in vocabulary achievement and the English. And then using Big Book in English teaching and learning process assist students to memorize vocabulary easily. If the teachers or educators want to use Big Book in their teaching and learning process, they don't have to buy it, but Big Book can be designed and created based on the teachers or educators' creativity or based on the students. Uh, yeah, and I admit it. Uh, I agree with that because a big book and actually is so pricey. I have looking a big book in the online shop. It's around 200 in 200,000 in Indonesian dollar rupiah. And then like I'm saying before, to mastering first English skill like writing, reading, listening, and speaking, you must be familiar with vocabulary. But we got difficult how to learn vocabulary with easily, especially a young learners. And then, and now, we got the solution of this problem. However, well interaction between the teachers and their students in English teaching and learning process is another advantage of big book implementation. So, and actually, there's so much media to giving a significant effect from young learners, especially in the learning process. However, Big Book is one of the simple media that can applicate in the learning process. Uh, However, every single article have their own uh, what is it? Uh, Weakness. I think that the weakness of this treasure, there is uh, these teachers just limited to first grade on the SDN Papalaki one Waru Sidoarjo that SDN Papalaki one Waru Sidoarjo and actually is an ordinary school in Indonesia. Uh, so why if why if why these teachers this why implemented in the school which is lower or higher than Babayu one word Sidoarjo, uh, we don't know that is we don't know we don't get specific answer based on this research, but we know that big book it can giving a significant effect to students, especially young learners, in vocabulary achievement in English. Yeah, I thought there is all of my opinion and my reviewing about this article. If some word or my if I have some if I have bad words or some listening you want, I'm sorry and thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.